Hey there, Nostalgics. Welcome back to another edition of Nostalgic Blast Reviews, where we took a look at the best and worst in gaming. And today, guys, I wanted to talk about a game that I grew up playing quite a bit, especially back when I was in high school and middle school. And this game also happened to be one of the games that defined the stealth action genre as we know it today, Hitman Blood Money. The Hitman series is known for being extremely innovative, not just with the creative storytelling, with Agent 47 being one of the more iconic characters within this particular genre, but for innovating the stealth gameplay, being able to sneak around levels, silently take out targets, and accomplish your assassinations the way you want to, with different gadgets, weapons, being able to disguise yourselves as other people. It really did innovate this creativity, and when Hitman Blood Money came out back in 2006, this game has been critically acclaimed by so many people, selling millions of copies and being considered one of the greatest video games of all time, mainly for the fact that it did innovate this new style of game that you might typically see in a series like Splinter Cell or Metal Gear Solid. But the question is, considering how it's been almost 20 years since the original Hitman Blood Money came out, does this innovative game still hold up today? Well, I'm here to safely tell you guys that despite a few issues that I have with this one, considering how it's showing its age, Hitman Blood Money is a good time. From a visual and technical perspective, Hitman Blood Money is incredibly impressive. Given the fact that this is a stealth game where you're disguising yourself as enemies, going out and assassinating targets in various locations around the world, this game offers a lot of variety when it comes to the areas and visual presentation. You're going to be jumping from places like the very first level, you're going through an abandoned amusement park in Baltimore, Maryland, or you're going through a suburban town in California to take out a mob boss, or even going to a full-blown casino in Las Vegas to take out a few high-ranking targets of a rival organization. This game, visually speaking, looks really good with the character models, with the bright lights, the color palettes, and the various different animations that play out with the different assassinations that you can perform in this game. Not to mention the weapon animations, the disguises that 47 can put on, and this game, just visually speaking, is very impressive. And again, given the fact that we have a wide variety of missions here with different areas that you can explore, the visuals to me are still very impressive. Now, obviously, that being said, with the character models, your guys are going to notice a lot of copy-paste jobs done when you look at the different side people that show up, as well as a lot of the 3D environments kind of looking aged and some bland color palettes here and there, so it's not perfect, but it is a technical marvel for when it came out in 2006, and it still does solidly hold up today. Now, musically speaking, when it comes to a game like this, if we were talking an RPG, I would say the soundtrack would be a lot more impressive, but these stealth games aren't really going to be that varied when it comes to the music that plays. Now, Blood Money does have some iconic music tracks that do play throughout the game, and one particular that I want to show you guys here. But all in all, the soundtrack is something that is more ambiance-like, but it is still a solid soundtrack nonetheless, despite the fact it's not as impressive. when it comes to a game like Hitman Blood Money, given the fact we're dealing with a stealth kind of action-adventure game, the story is not going to be a main focal point. However, the story that we are presented with in Blood Money, and the Hitman series by extent, is pretty solid. With the simple premise of Agent 47 and his handler, Diana Burnwood, who work for the organization known as the ICA, or the International Contract Agency, going through and dealing with a rival organization that is completely wiping the slate clean, killing all the ICA members and stealing their money. The entire game has 47 going around the world and around the United States specifically, going through and taking out a number of high-profile targets while also trying to figure out who this rival organization is and ultimately take out the people responsible, which eventually culminates into a presidential assassination and the death of Agent 47. Given the fact that throughout the game, you're not just seeing 47's missions, you're also seeing an underlying conspiracy take place with a reporter and the secret leader of this rival organization. It's a pretty good story. There's a lot of inner politics involved, some really good dialogue with 47, some good interactions with this fake story that's being proposed by the leader of the organization to make himself look better, when in reality they just want to steal the cloning tech that made 47. Good story. I like the cutscenes. I like the dialogue. I like the character interactions and the dry pan humor that 47 has. And although the story doesn't show up as much as what I would have liked in a game like this, it's still a pretty solid action-adventure story, given the fact that we're dealing with a stealth game here. And there isn't a lot of humor in this one, compared to some games that might have to sprinkle that in for a more serious story like this is, at least for what the game is going for. There are some pretty humorous moments that are chucked in there with the more serious storytelling, like the interactions with Agent 47 and CIA Agent Smith.
Hey, 47! Oh, hey! It's me! It's me! Stop! It's me! I'm cool! Come on! Ah!
What are you doing here?
Just relax, please. You're my only hope. There's no one else.
Your only hope for what?
They're gonna kill the president. Don't want him re-elected. He'll legalize cloning, ruin their plans.
Who are they?
You know, them. Already got a cloning program. Want the technology to themselves.
They can have it. I don't play politics. Now give me one good reason why I shouldn't put a bullet in your head.
I've got millions. Got the diamonds back there. Red suitcases worth millions. All yours.
What's the job?
They want to hit the president in 3 days. In the White House. You get in there, protect him. Take the assassins out.
Show me the money.
Thank God. Here's some. You get the rest after. What do you say?
I'll contact you with instructions on how to get me the rest of the money up front, and how to get me the mission details.
But then how can I be sure that...
If you're on the level, I'll do the job. If you're not, you won't be needing the money.
When it comes to the gameplay side of things, Hitman Blood Money really did innovate a lot of things in the stealth genre, and especially for the Hitman series, offering you a wide variety of options to go and take out your targets and successfully make your escape. For instance, you can kill or take out civilians in order to steal their clothes, hide bodies in storage containers, have a variety of unique and creative ways that you can go and take out enemies, like for instance using landmines in order to collapse a chandelier and crush your target on a stage. You can go through and rig a pyrotechnics show in order to light your enemy on fire and have it look like a complete accident. There's just various different creative ways that you can go and take out your targets, sneaking through the levels, having creative ways to even get through restricted areas like hiding your weapons in suitcases that can't be seen on metal detectors in order to take your weapons into a restricted area, even though you wouldn't normally be able to. This game offers so much that allows 47 to blend in and sneak into areas, take out enemies, and accomplish your various mission objectives. If you guys have played stealth games, this really isn't going to sound like anything new or innovative. Honestly, other series have done this better, like Splinter, for instance, which gets a lot more creative with the gadgets at your disposal. But Hitman, for what it is, definitely specializes in the whole disguise aspect of the stealth gameplay, because it's not just about sneaking into areas and taking out targets in creative ways. It's also about disguising yourself to look like a common, everyday person who fits into the area that you're going into. That's AK-47 shtick. He's not really easily recognizable. And this plays out well in most of the levels in the game. All the creative levels that I mentioned in the visual section, they all pretty much play out the exact same way. Straightforward, short and to the point, having a few targets to take out, and having a few different options at your disposal to take them out how you like. What I will say is, though, that not all the levels in the game are this compact. While areas like the suburban housing community where you go and take out the mob boss, for instance, is a pretty nice little area to go through, some of them drag out way too much. The levels are way too big. There's not really a ton to do. You have to travel from place to place in order to take out a bunch of targets at once. And the mission just gets drug out way too much. Plus, you really don't have as many options at your disposal to easily take them out. Otherwise, you're just going to get easily spotted and killed by the enemies.
I left my briefcase here this afternoon. I was told it will be held in the staff room there. Could I have it, please?
No one told me about any briefcase.
Are you saying it's been stolen?
Hold on, I'll check.
I can definitely recommend Hitman Blood Money to a wide variety of people, whether or not you're new to this series or whether you're new to the stealth action genre. Hitman Blood Money excels in too many areas, despite some issues I've mentioned throughout this video, that if you're interested, you should definitely check this one out. It's one that I played a ton growing up. It's one of my favorite PS2 games when I was a kid, and I poured so much time into the game that I've accumulated millions of dollars in currency just to go and upgrade all the weapons, buy all sorts of different items, and to this day, I still enjoy going back and reflecting on the game. So, definitely recommend Hitman Blood Money. Good game, and definitely one that you guys should go and check out. That's going to do it for this review of Hitman Blood Money, guys. Really, I didn't have a ton to add to this one compared to a lot of other people. Blood Money is a pretty iconic game in the Hitman series and on the PS2, as well as just being a popular stealth game in general. But this is one that I played a lot growing up, and I kind of wanted to add my 2 cents in there as to what I thought about it. And yeah, it's still good. It might be aged in a few areas, but this is still a solid game to check out if you've never played it before. But let me know what you guys think about Hitman Blood Money in the comment section down below. Have you played this game? Do you enjoy it? Do you not like it? Are you new to this particular genre of game and you have any stealth games you want me to check out or cover here on the show? Let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the comment section down below. Give the video a like if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel to keep up with videos like this in the future, whether they be reviews or any other retro gaming content we do here. And that's all from me. And until next time, this has been Ryan from the Nostalgia Factor saying, keep on gaming.